last year. Thank God I was able to do 850,000.
836, 950,014 cents. Boom.
I want to have at least 30 appointments a day, 25, 30 appointments a day.
Say it louder for the people in the back, bro.
So every half hour, I double book.
Every half hour has two.
So this is today. I have you on there, obviously, for the meeting.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's today. And I mean, I
That's
can go
one
back.
day. Every one of those is
That's
my
Monday. That's
man.
yesterday.
What up, y'all? John Wetmore back with another episode of the Insurance Insiders podcast, where I just explore around the insurance industry and find dope people to talk to, share stuff with y'all, help everybody make more money. And hell, quite frankly, I learn a lot every time I do these, bro. So I got my buddy Madison with us today. One of the few people on the planet who, when you go like, where are you from? I can actually say where I'm from and they know what it means and where it's at. Because homie's from the same spot. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Lynn, Mass, man. Lynn, the city of sin.
Yes, sir.
Looks significantly younger than me. I don't know your age, but I think I got probably 20 years on you.
I'm 30. What are you, 38?
I'm 48, bro.
Beast mode.
Yeah,
You
48.
run, you run like you're 30 game for sure.
Thank you, bro. I'm trying. I'm trying to not age. I'm doing my best, you know. But yeah, dude, appreciate you getting on. This dude, for those that don't, we'll dive into it, but sells a ton of insurance. Been in the business for a while. Business guy, runs his own business, has a lot going on in life, and makes this thing work. So I'm intrigued. And yeah, I know you and I have chatted a little bit, but I'm intrigued to dive in, dude, and learn more. I don't know a lot of details, and some of the details I do know, I always forget. I get an old thing, man. But yeah, dude, would love to dive in a little bit. I know you sell a lot of insurance. I assume working on building side as well. I don't know a ton of what you do there, but tell us a
Mhm.
little bit about let's say where you're at now first. Kind of curious because you've been in business for a minute. How long?
Yeah, so next month would be my actual 2 years here
Okay,
in the
cool,
business.
dope. What are you at now? So you say all life. You do only life, right?
Yeah, just a whole usually I focus on final expense and you get your typical IUL here and there. But whole life and I usually focus on veterans
Oh,
and
dope.
it's been literally the core of my business.
Really?
So if it ain't broke, don't change it. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of funneling in a little bit of IUL just because
Okay.
everybody's talking about it. So
Yeah. With different leads or through those clients, the vet clients, you're just finding them.
uh, different leads, but
Yeah.
also
Okay.
because I'm investing a little bit on IUL, I get to have more conversations about it. So now I get to ask the right questions with the
Yeah.
veterans that do have the money to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
invest into, an IUL program. So
Yeah. I love it, dude. What's current look like for you in the business? Paid volume.
uh,
What are you knocking down right now?
so last month was a great month. Put about 90,000 last month.
So knocked out 90K in March.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
And yes, sir. I'm trying to beat my last year. Obviously, you know this. We're in competition with ourselves, and we're trying
Hell
to
yeah.
get better and better each year. Last year, thank God, I was able to do 850,000, and I'm shooting for
Beast mode.
a milli this
Passing a
year.
million on his own pen.
Yes, sir.
My man. There's no joke, dude. And what'd you do the first year?
So it's weird because my first year, as you see, kind of started halfway through.
Yeah.
So
So
in
24
May,
was your first full year.
yeah,
So 900 grand in your first full year, eight, whatever you said, in your first
yeah.
full year. It's bananas, dude. Good for you, dude.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man.
Hey,
The first 6 months were rough for sure.
not bad for a dude from the hood.
Yep, for sure. We made it out.
I love it,
My
dude.
goal is to catch up to you one day for sure, though.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Man, did you ever think you'd be knocking down that kind of money when you were?
Nah, man. I know you remember when I first started, my first
Mhm.
couple months, I was in your office
Yeah.
and I was dialing whatever I could get my hands on,
Hell yeah.
ILC leads and the direct mail at that time. I was just getting whatever I can get for cheap.
Yeah.
And I remember asking you for advice, And it's funny because, you talk about the same stuff every single, day in, day
Yeah.
out. And
Yeah.
you just like, when I asked for the advice, the first thing you told me was, well, how many dials are you doing?
What was
You
your
know?
question? Do you remember?
Um, my question was, how do I get more people on the phone?
Okay.
And immediately you said, how many dials are you doing? Because, and then we came up with like, okay, well, you're not getting to enough people.
Okay.
Usually you used to shoot, if I remember the number, I think you told me it was like 30 to 45. No, I think it was like 45. By the way, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you told me it was like
Yeah.
45 an hour or something like that.
Yeah. I like
Um,
60 an hour. I'm a fan of
there.
that. Just one a
Okay.
minute. But it's
Okay. Yeah.
different. It's different with telesales, right? Because if you stop and try to present in the middle, that sways the numbers. I'm talking just 60 an hour dial time. So every
Hmm.
hour of dial time, excluding presentations, you know what I mean? It's one a minute.
Hmm.
Basically, when you
Yeah.
listen to the ringtone. I mean, if you're presenting, amen.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, because presentation could be an
Yeah.
hour.
Correct. Correct.
I think that's what it was. You were trying to figure out, what I was doing because I was not in the field. I never started in the field, so
Yep.
I was just all bought in on telesales. So you told me, hey man, track your dials.
Oh yeah.
You told me you draw little boxes. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I
Yep.
literally was like, this is simple. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll track them. But come to find out, because I'm tracking, I'm like, hold on, I'm hour two, but I'm like way far away from
Yeah.
where I'm supposed to be. So it puts you in a position of discipline and where you get to like, basically, get it going because you're clearly slacking right now.
Yeah.
So start your dialing because when you're tracking what you're doing, it's easy to be on point, but
Mm-hmm.
when you're not, it's very easy to fall
Yeah,
off.
buddy.
So
Yeah, buddy. What were you doing? Do you remember? Can you look back and be like, what were you doing instead of dialing? Do you remember all the BS that was getting in the way?
yes. So I still own a restaurant, but
Yep.
I was letting the restaurant come in between my
Okay.
dial time. I was allowing like, wifey to call me whenever she wanted to call me. I was allowing her to, throw a FaceTime and see the kids, which is all cool, but not at the time where I'm trying to make money for us and we're
Yeah.
at a basically ground zero.
Yeah.
Um, Also on Instagram, here and there. Like I just did a couple dials and hop on Instagram real quick. Let me check my email for the 50th time, like if
Yeah.
something new is gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Basically everything but dial.
Oh man. I love it. That's pretty common, bro. I remember the days.
Hmm.
No, that's just
But yeah,
like I always think I have like this weird, I don't know, dude. Like I didn't come into it killing it. You know what I mean? So I feel like I have an advantage to be able to talk to people who are slacking because I was a slacker. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh dang, I can see clear as day where I messed up. Let me just talk about that. That's why it's always the same thing because it's so common. We all do the same dumb shit wrong. You know what I mean? I'm like, can I teach some other stuff? Sure. But what would that have me teaching you sales stuff at that time? Like, what would that have really done? You know what I mean?
right.
I just don't think the impact is as big when you can go like, hey, let's be like 10x more efficient, you know, and then we can work on all the other shit. And obviously, you figured out the sales side because I don't think I helped you with that at all. Maybe here and
Well,
there, I don't know.
definitely help because the tracking, I mean,
Yeah,
the more you're on fire about getting in contact or tracking your activity, then
yeah,
the more context you'll get. And in
yeah.
return, the more you'll learn and the quicker you'll learn,
I love it.
which gets you better at sales. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what did you issue? Call it? Would you say eight? What was the number? Eight something?
850 last
Okay.
year.
Would you put in the bank for those pessimists out there?
Yeah, yeah. No less. I was actually just doing the numbers not too long ago. It was a 400 plus.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
Plus, I
That's,
assume there's
with
back end money
invest.
coming, renewal money coming.
Hmm.
You know, for those that don't do the life space, we're heavy advance. So he still
Yeah.
has
But
held
that's
25% of
counting
that coming back. Yeah, this
exactly.
year.
That's counting investments and all that stuff, obviously. So,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's
amazing
after
business.
your lead stuff. Is that what you mean? That's your
Hmm.
net number.
Hmm.
So that's not your deposit number.
Uh-uh.
Oh, so your deposit was higher than.
More.
Oh,
Yeah. It
that
was
makes
more
sense.
closer. Yeah, it was more on the high fives.
Okay.
But then I spent about 100 and some thousand on leads,
Okay,
right
cool.
around
You
there.
travel a lot too. Were you last year?
Yeah, yeah. Last year I did travel a lot,
Yeah.
and really, if honestly, we can work from everywhere, which is dope. But there's just something about being in your environment.
Yeah.
And I was out of my environment, and so I traveled a lot, correct, and it does affect you. I'm not gonna lie, because you're getting pulled from everywhere. And I was over there in Lynn, so I got the whole fam over there. They're over there
Yeah.
grilling and stuff as I'm dialing.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. What was that like for you growing up, dude? I'm curious. We're gonna go sideways for a minute. 'Cause I'm just shit
Okay.
curious. I know what Lynn was like for me growing up. I can explain my experience, but what year were you born? Nine,
1994.
yeah, I mean, I graduated high school in '95. Yeah, I mean, I left Lynn in '90, probably three.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I moved out. But
Okay.
yeah, curious, what was it? What was it like? What'd you grow up with?
I comparing it to now, I feel bad for the kids because they don't have that like I guess childlike environment. What I mean by that is like we used to just get a freaking play kickball, in a big old parking lot,
Mm,
and have a blast with your boys, or bike ride, and
mm.
I feel like growing up too, just being able to ask my mom, "Hey, mom, I want $1," and that dollar, I could have bought myself two chips, a teeny, and something sweet. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So like,
yeah,
just it. I think that from a childlike environment, that's kind of
yeah.
gone now. Everything's being gentrified over there. I don't know when was the
Is
last
it?
time you've
I
been
haven't
there,
been,
but
dude, in so long, bro.
yeah. What are you saying? Like a decade? Like two
Oh, dude,
decades?
it's been longer than I've never taken any of my kids there. I took
Really?
Steph. Yeah, I took Stephanie to see where I grew up.
Hmm.
What part of the town were you in? Like,
Um,
were you in the projects like me, or were you a different part? Like,
Practically, I was
yeah.
I was on Rogers Avenue, right connected to the Highlands, right at the
Oh,
bottom of
got
the
it. Yeah, yeah,
Highlands.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Dope. Yeah, I grew up in Neptune
Hmm.
Towers, so complete projects, welfare babies everywhere. Every mom, my mom didn't even work. Welfare paid
Hmm.
her more than work. So I remember when my mom got her first job, dude. So yeah, it was us, just a bunch of hood rats running around, dude. It's like funny. I remember some kids I grew up with, and again, we moved out of the Neptune Towers when I was like 12. Moved to another couple. We moved to a little nicer apartment, and then another apartment, and then we moved out. And a while later, dude, like I remember some of the kids I grew up with just running around, all us little hood rats. I remember looking up a few, dude, and like, they were a couple died, couple on the news, going to jail, just shooting, like all kinds of stuff, bro. And I wasn't really like in, I was in that environment, but I wasn't one of those. You know what I mean? Like I tried to like stay away. My mom tried to keep me out of it. Like I was in it, but I wasn't part of a lot of it. You know. But I guess all I remember, dude, is drugs and gang stuff and fucking hookers and like I remember bums sleeping in the hallway in my apartment building as a kid. Like that's all I know as Lynn. And
Hmm.
I've heard nice things about it. Otherwise, I just don't know those things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I say I was right in the middle.
Yeah.
Now it's more definitely a lot more gentrified. You still,
Mm.
you still see the hookers and the drugs and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like a lot of my friends at the time, were all, either dealing or
Yeah.
gang
Yeah.
banging or
Hell
whatever,
yeah, dude.
held
Yeah.
guns and
Yeah.
in their
Yeah.
lockers, like type of deal. So but
Yeah.
I never chill with them like outside of
Yeah.
school. It was just
Yep.
more like we in school, we cool, and then
Yeah.
we go up on
Yep. Sounds
about
similar.
our day.
Sounds similar.
Yeah.
You know.
But now they got freaking buildings, man. I mean, they're investing a lot of money in Lynn, man.
Really
A lot.
crazy. I'm gonna have to go back
Hmm.
one day. I'm gonna check it out one day.
You're gonna be surprised.
Have you been to my office since I did the wall, the spray paint? Have you seen it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, dude. So when you first walk in my office on the side, and I promise y'all watching, we're gonna get to some fun stuff in a minute. This is just me and him chopping it up. But like, and it's all relative. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
like, dude, some people feel like I know a lot of the people I grew up with don't feel like they could be successful. You know what I mean? It's like it's shunned upon. I don't know, dude. And I just so I like when I see people that grew up like us and that make it somewhere in life and business, whatever, sales, whatever it is. But anyway, when you come in the office, that there's right before you go into the training room, was a giant wall. A lot of times at events, we had the desk right there. But like when we grew up, so I grew up right near the train tracks that went to Boston. And so I used to play on those train tracks. And you know the MBTA, whatever the hell it was called.
Hmm.
Uh, Everyone had the graffiti spray painting all over them all the time. So I did a mural on my wall in graffiti with the Neptune Towers, the train tracks, like stuff represent Boston, some Georgia. It's got like my life story on a wall in graffiti. It's out
That's
there right now.
dope.
Yeah, I just got done a
That's
couple months
fire.
ago.
I never.
Yeah,
Uh, that's fire.
yeah.
So you have the Neptune. So you have the train station that's right behind well, right behind
I,
Tech, right?
yep, it was. I wasn't at the station, but I was at the right behind Tech. Yes, where it
Okay.
passes over the bridge right there, and the
Hmm.
station's downtown. But I used to literally,
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I
yeah.
got you.
So I'd go so Tech was there, and the Neptune Towers were here, and that big field in the middle.
Hmm. Now
That's
it's a
where we
baseball field. They got revamped for sure.
got it. No, it was a lot of grass. There was some this kind of fields when I was there, but it was huge. I mean, the whole city played
Hmm.
there. And you just go up the back, dude. We used to play on the train tracks. We used to get on the bridge, dude. So that's the bridge that I don't remember the road that goes under it, but it goes to like the Linway. We'd get
Hmm. Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
bridge, and when we'd see the train coming, we would race across the bridge to try to beat the train. Like that's how I grew up playing like that, dude. Throwing rocks at the train as kids, just doing dumb stuff, dude.
Yeah, there's
I grew up on those
definitely.
tracks.
So, right under the bridge, did they have when you were there? Did they have the McDonald's still there? Like right next
Mm.
to, it's right attached to the Linway, right next to the gas station.
Oh, down
Unless,
by the Linway, yeah, yep,
yeah, so right under the bridge. So I used to walk that way through middle school because Ford was there right behind the
got it.
GE or whatever it was.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I used to
yep.
walk down through Tech and go to
Crazy.
Rogers Avenue every single day, and then
Ah,
they closed down the school because there was too many thugs,
yeah,
too many shootings.
crazy.
And come to find out, actually, right behind you where they have the big field, they did carnivals there. Not sure if they did it in your time,
Mm-mm.
but okay,
Nah,
so they did carnivals there, but it took like three shootings back to back to back, and then they
yeah,
got rid of it.
yeah, buddy. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised, dude. It was like a melting pot of people, bro. It
Hmm.
was wild. All different backgrounds, all different. A lot of like Asian was there, Cambodians
Hmm.
were there, a lot of Spanish. I was loaded with Spanish people in there, but I mean, it was a mix. It was everything, dude. Um, it was wild, dude. But I left, and again, I look back and I'm like, all right, it was fun. I enjoyed the way I grew up, but when I got out, I was like, oh, there's a whole world out here. You know,
Yeah. It's
it's
funny that you
crazy.
say it that way because that's how I tell my mom right now. I'm like, you have no idea what you're missing.
Yeah, yeah, it's true,
The
dude.
air is different.
100%, 100%. I love it. So what's she think? Little kid in
Um,
the hood, man, killing it now in life. What's mom think?
she's when I went, it's funny because I went and posted this here on the on
Hell yeah.
Instagram. So
Show that number. Show that closer. I want to see that.
yeah,
Shine it up
that's
there.
not as updated, but it's pretty darn close.
836, 950,014 cents. Boom.
Hmm. Boom. So I posted that and I was like, when she was like in Spanish, he throws a cuarto. And I mean, where you get where all that money come from? So, but no, she was proud. I took her to the convention and she was able to see me speak in Spanish a bunch of times and
Hell yeah.
she was just a proud mom. So it felt really good.
That's dope, dude. Good for you, man.
Hmm.
Good for you. Love it.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's talk about the insurance stuff, bro. You mentioned the first 6 months sucked. Dive a little more in there. What did you struggle with, you think, or what sucked for you?
So the very beginning, the most difficult part is for me was I was right in that bubble of um basically telesales starting to kind of get big, I
Hmm.
guess.
Yeah,
So a lot
yeah.
of people started to kind of
There's
do
still a
the
lot of people coming out of
transition.
field. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so there wasn't really like much like support when it came from
Yeah.
that side because I was just trying to
Agreed.
figure things out. And when I joined any Zoom or anything like that, it was more like, let me book appointments for, Tuesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yep.
So there was none of the call to close, there was none of that stuff.
Sure.
So I was just watching videos and I'm a workaholic. I know you're a workaholic too. So, but especially when I have a fire inside me and I want to learn the damn business, like I just love the journey of it. So like I'll dial. I mean, at the time in your office, I used to be there till like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. because you would be your assistant. I forgot her name.
Amanda.
She Amanda. Yes. So she would like just lock the top part and then just let me chilling downstairs. And she's
Just
like,
let you
"You
stay
gotta
down.
leave." Yeah. She's like, "You just gotta leave through the back."
I love
So
it.
I'm like,
I
"All right, this is
love it.
awesome." So I'll just
Yeah.
dial to whatever 8, 9 o'clock, and then I'll come home, shower, and then watch YouTube videos just to
Yeah.
learn. So that those first couple months, those like that first 3 or 4 months, I mean, I didn't make any money like at all. It took me people don't believe it, like it took me a month and a half to close my first policy.
Yeah. Dang.
Like, can you
How many
imagine
attempts do you think? Like how many no's did you get? Missed sales, roughly.
that? I can't give you like an exact number,
It
man, but
wasn't
like,
four. Just so if y'all are wondering, that's what I'm
yeah,
getting to. It's
yeah,
like it
oh,
takes some people a month and a half, and they see two people.
exactly. I was just getting hammered because I just didn't know what the hell to do. There was no script, you know what I mean? Like this,
Yeah.
just trying to figure things out. And
If you had to ballpark how many people you tried to close,
I say
rough
at
idea.
least every day, I'd at least have, I say at least 2 shots, at least a day. Like, because I'm dialing all day, but my struggle was pickup rate because I'm calling literally people,
Yeah. Yeah.
from like 6 months to a year ago,
Sure.
bare minimum. So pickup rate was bad.
So
So
so that's 10 a
presenting,
week. So
yeah, so
40 a month.
presenting,
So 60, 50, say 40, 50, 60 people before you made a sale.
yep. So
Some of y'all
presenting
better
was
suck
bad.
it up. Some of y'all better suck it up.
Yeah, for real. So like when I tell them that, they're like they don't believe me, and I hit them with facts because it's like, I literally sold $600 in like a month and a half on an
You
issue
ever
pay.
you seen this shirt here, right?
I have, uh-huh.
This is for those of y'all that are mad you didn't make a sale in 3 presentations.
I love it. I gotta buy me one of those.
I'll send you one, bro. We got it on the website. I'll send you one. Get your.
Uh, f-
I assume my team already got your address. What's your shirt size?
Medium.
Medium. I'll send you one. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so first month and a half, it was one sale, and then I remember like it's yesterday, because the summertime. Oh, by the way, just to give you a little context on having to literally produce nothing in the first, oh, sorry. Yeah, it took me 90, almost 60 days, 45 or 60 days to get to that first sale. I just moved here,
Yeah.
just spent all my money, to get my whole family over here. So I'm here, I'm broke. I mean, I don't care. Like I literally have $300 like to my name. Nothing savings, nothing. You know what I
Dang,
mean? Like
dude. Yeah.
I'm at a point where I got wifey in the house, stay at home mom, and I have my two kids. So I'm the one I have to provide for my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she's looking
Yeah.
at me with full trust, and again, kudos to her, believing in
Hell
me,
yeah.
because that's difficult. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, as she sees me, day in, day out, literally working hard but making no money.
Yeah. What
But
was
she
those? What
knew
were those conversations like?
definitely put pressure
Yeah.
on do I want to stick to this through this or not?
Yeah.
And I saw and this is why it's so great to one, have a good partner by your side, but support you. But it's
Hmm.
great to see success stories
Yeah.
because you see where they came from, what they have to go through to get to where they are.
Yeah.
And you ask any of them, you ask me as well, would you do it again? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll do it
I agree.
again. 300
Yeah.
bucks in my bank account, getting,
Yeah.
slammed all day and making no money for, whatever, 4 or 5 months
Yeah.
to be able to have a year that I had last year. You know what I mean?
So sick, dude.
So, this, when it comes to the relationship is something I learned, um, as I, progress in the business, that you have to be clear on what it is that you want for your family so that you
Hmm.
guys share, the same vision. Because
Yeah.
if I just tell her, hey, I just want to make more money, well, you can go find a salary job and make more money. No, babe, I
Especially
want
then
us.
at that point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. When
Yeah.
I'm making no money. But no, I'm like, like, babe, like I want us to have this type of lifestyle. I want this type of freedom for us. I want to be able to travel, and if I want to work, I'll work and not have to be stuck to a
What was that
location.
vision? What did you want? Yeah, I want this type of lifestyle, this type, besides the travel. What did you see?
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
What up, guys? If you guys are looking to get to a new level in your career, you may have seen that we've been running some workshops in my office in Atlanta. I have them every quarter now. The last one sold out fully. It was a massive success. A couple different levels. You can attend just a general ticket, get you in the door, listen to 2 days of training, interactive, workshop style. We really dive into what you got going on and how to get to new levels. If you're looking to be in a new crowd, higher level up, I have a private mastermind. Last one was at my house. It was insane. All the value that everybody added to each other, and we had a good time. And I heard it was way underpriced relative to what people got out of it. You can check out some of the testimonials here, I'm sure. But if you'd like to attend, click the link below. I do them every quarter. The date will be around here somewhere. Look forward to seeing you there.
If you are in the insurance industry and you're looking to scale and grow your business, I highly encourage you to check John Wetmore out.
Probably honestly made the cost of the event back in like the first 2 hours of being here.
If you want to win and you want to grow, I'd get around John as much as you can.
John Wetmore is a beast.
So much value in everything that I've learned here.
Growing, about building, delegating. He's talking about systems and automating right now.
It is worth the price of admission.
Make sure you get to the next one.
I saw me and my wife and my two little ones in a nice big house with cars that we love to drive, and being able to, I love to eat, and I eat very clean, but I love to eat. Being able to decide if I want to eat, filet mignon twice or three times a day, me being able to eat, the food that I want to eat, me being able to go out and buy whatever I want to buy, not extravagant, but not having to look at, my bank account. And that's the lifestyle that I wanted for us.
Yeah.
I want us to have freedom. And part of that freedom, I want to be able to also have my house paid off before I'm 40. When my mortgage paid off, I want no bills, no nothing.
Yep.
So, and I know I'm not going to be able to do that with a salary job.
Yeah.
So, and I also want my wife to be a stay-at-home mom. She loves it.
Yeah.
Well, she'll say otherwise, but I know low key, she loves it, but she also hates it. But I want to be able to give her the ability to choose if she wants to do that or not. So,
how old are the kids?
2 and 3. They're 9 months apart.
So they ain't gonna know broke at all.
Nah. Nah, they're not.
Life is good. Mine were quite a bit older. Well, Maddox doesn't know any different. My youngest, he doesn't. I mean, he's never seen broke parents. Honestly, the other kids did because I had him so damn young. But
Maddox he plays baseball, right?
Yeah, he's 13. You met Braden, so Madison and I, my son Braden, and we're like 4 other dudes, whatever. A bunch of us went out and we did this like mud. I think it was like 7-mile mud run obstacle course thing, and hey, we killed it. It was a good day.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
This dude, you were killing it, man. You're like a machine. Because we're young. I have no excuse. This dude is over here, 40 years old, just keeping up with all the youngsters.
Hey, buddy. Mm-hmm. Braden wanted to race me on the monkey bar one. The monkey bar up and then the monkey bar down. I was like, let's go. Yeah. I smoked his ass.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He is. Oh,
I
couldn't keep up with him running. I just have more strength.
Yeah.
Dude, he was laughing at all of us. He was running backwards, like, what are y'all doing? But he does cross country. So that fool can run forever.
I already knew he was gonna kill it when he was like, oh man, the last time I did it ran like this was like October. I'm like, bro, it's like a few months ago. Like I never done this at all.
That's what he tried to tell me, dude. I'm like, bro, not only October, but you're 17.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I had to turn on the fans, getting hot in here. But yeah, it was fun, dude. We're gonna do more. Are you here in Georgia now? Or are you? Okay, got it. Because I know those dudes are in Austin. They got the place in Austin. I don't know if you ever went out there or not. I assume you're here more often, obviously.
Yeah,
fan, but
yeah, for sure. I'm trying to buy a house this year, man, and God willing, I'm able to do so.
I love it.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's give them some. What's activity look like to knock down $1 million?
Yeah. So to give you guys
investment, the whole thing. Give them like a rundown. Like if you had to draw on a single sheet of paper, here's what I would do if I want to make $1 million in life insurance right now. What would that look like?
So I'll walk you guys through my journey, and everybody has their journey, but it's very, very similar. to what you'll hear out there. So for me, my first 6 months, so from Mayish, about 2 years ago, Mayish to December, kind of this is what it looked like for me, my first 6 months. So like I said, it took me a month and a half to get my first policy. That puts me right into the summertime. Throughout the whole summer, um, my biggest month. So right after I had that one policy, the month after I sold 8,000, which is nothing.
Yeah.
The following month I sold 11, 12,000, nothing again. And then we got to September. It was my first month that I hit 20,000. So we're talking all the way from May. I
Yep.
just finally hit 20,000 in September. Like that is no money. Like I'm just flat out broke. I'm literally doing
Mhm.
Uber to fund leads, and I'm literally like
Damn.
my wife will tell you we're literally like putting hats and like whatever on eBay just to sell, just to get some cash, just so that we can literally invest it into leads. And
I love it.
yeah, it's funny because like I was talking to her about that not so long ago. I'm like, it's really crazy how we were literally like selling these, basically trying to get cash from anywhere,
Anything you can
just to,
sell.
yeah, just to fund this damn thing, you know. Um, so
What were you spending on leads then, roughly?
so at least like 1,000
A
a
week?
week,
Yeah.
somewhere around there, and that was a struggle. I
Yeah.
mean, it hurt every time.
Yeah.
Now it's completely different. I'll let you guys know what I spend now.
Yeah.
So then I got to October and I doubled my production. That was my first 40K month.
Okay.
And then that's when at that time, before I hit 40,000, I was just dialing, just being keeping the real with you. I was literally buying age leads from ILC, and honestly, it just didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
So I hit up my boy at this when I met Mahmoud,
Okay.
and I saw a bunch of his posts and stuff like that, and I saw that he's like, big in the game, and
Hell yeah.
I wanted to reach out to him, and I reached out to God knows how many people, and nobody hit me up. So I'm just asking for help. You know what I mean?
Most people
Like,
are
please.
assholes, to be clear.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need help, and but I never gave up. So I kept, contacting people, and I remember like it's yesterday. My mom will tell you too. I sent him a DM. He didn't reply in like about like 4 or 5 hours. I see that he's on Instagram because he's posting stories. So I comment, hey, you see the message I sent you on your DM.
Fuck yeah. I
You know what I
love it.
mean? So I'm literally just following up with this dude, and then he looked at it. He got me in contact with his boy Ronnie, which he was doing
Oh.
the leads, and
Oh.
me and him, he planned a FaceTime with me. He has 2 kids. I have 2 kids at the time. He owns a restaurant. I own a restaurant. We just
Yeah.
clicked
Yeah.
immediately, and that really changed my business because now I had a person that actually did leads that was dedicated to me,
Yeah.
and I was ripping through those. So, in other words, find a guy that, will run your ads, and those leads are going to be for you only,
Yeah.
exclusive. And if
Yep.
you don't have a guy, you can hit me up. I'm here to help. I don't give a damn what agency you're from. I just
Yeah.
don't care. Like, I needed help. I got help, and I know what that feels like
Yeah.
to be broke and,
Hell yeah.
disgusted, and you know what I mean? So, you need the help, I got you. And then after I connected with him, November and December, I had 50K. And then I'm like, okay, I figured out the whole 40, 50K in that quarter. And again, we're about growing, right? So I'm working like 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day,
What
sometimes
did
even
that?
longer.
Yeah. Tell them about like activity. So I want to know activity now, but we can tell them what was activity like then to get to 40. Like what changed? I know the leads changed, but I can't imagine that was it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like schedule wise, how many appointments were you running? How many calls? Like to give them what I want. I want people to understand like how much you mother effing work
Yeah.
to make
So
this.
when I so coming out of the summer to go
Mhm.
from 20 to 40,
Yeah.
I say the biggest switch, obviously the lead, switching your lead vendor helps for sure, without a doubt.
Sure.
So finding yourself a good lead
Hey,
vendor.
calling new leads is definitely better than calling old leads.
Exactly.
For
Not
sure.
rocket science.
Yeah. And it
Uh,
doesn't, but I always tell people this. New leads don't make you good.
Correct. So I think that I appreciated the, I guess the ass kicking I got
Hell yeah, the grind of it.
those 4 or 5 months, prior to those
Yeah.
good months, because it molded me to not give a damn when you say no to me.
100%. Yep.
Because, if I, me and you, if we have a stack of leads, whatever, 20 leads, you give those same stack of leads to a new agent, they ain't gonna sell what we sell.
Correct.
Same
Yep.
leads.
Agreed. I agree.
You
100%.
know what I mean? But
Yep.
in order to get to a level where, you're confident,
Yep.
right, that you can sell to anybody, you have to go through a lot of BS to get there.
100%.
And
It's a necessary evil.
yeah, 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 literally. So, going through that definitely, sculpted me to where I am today. And I call it character building months. I never call it bad months. They're character building.
I love it.
So I definitely built my character, and I kept the same work schedule. I mean, I dial at 9 in the morning. I do my stuff, my routine in the morning, but before I dial. But just to talk a little bit about the dial part. I'll dial 9 in the morning to 8 p.m. and sometimes it'll be 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., honestly. And it just depends on the day. But if I end at 8, my day doesn't really end at 8. I'm literally learning beyond that. So I'll watch podcasts, I'll be on YouTube, like what's new? What can I take from this guy? What can I take from this guy? And just implement it. And
Studying your craft.
that drive, that fire, I think that if you don't have like that fire, it can't be just, I want to make more money. Like you can always make more money. Right now, you make a lot of money, right? You can always make more money. You know what I mean? Like
I try every day, bro.
you know what I mean? So it's like there's got to be a bigger picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can always make more money no matter how much you got. So for me, it's, with the type of life I want for my family. So I'm never gonna, that fire is just never, gonna go away because I know the type of life that I want for them. And I'm gonna put in the work to get there because this is the only thing I know is just literally put in the damn work and eventually you figure it out. I mean, it's pretty simple in anything you do. This and Sean Mike talks about it. This is not like an industry that you need to have freaking talent. You know what I mean? You genuinely don't. Anybody can make it. Fat, skinny, tall, short, black, white. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Accent, no accent. Like it just doesn't matter. So as long as you work hard, like, eventually it will click. And if you have
especially if you're studying, you know what I mean? It's like, because I know a lot of talented ass people that don't work. And then I know a lot of people that work a lot and they don't learn their craft. They don't seek guidance and mentorship and training. And so, you know what I mean? They just don't. You had no problem walking in here asking for help.
Exactly. And that is, it's funny that you bring that up because that was going to be my next point. Like, I'm a sponge today.
Yeah.
I was a sponge then, I'm a sponge today. What can I learn? And that's what being hungry to grow is huge. And I never let my ego dictate my bank account or my growth ever. So, being able to go from 20 to 40, I'm like, okay, this is great. And then I got to 50. I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm starting to figure this thing out. I could have just been like, oh, I figured it out. I'm all set. I'm that guy. You know what I mean? I'm that guy. No, instead, I'm like, okay, hold on. Top of the leaderboard. These dudes are doing freaking 100,000 a month. How the hell are they doing 100,000 a month? I know they ain't outworking me because I'm working freaking, morning to night. You know what I mean? We got the same damn hours. So it's like, what are they doing different? And immediately I started doing the same thing, right? I work my schedule like I normally do. At the end of the night, YouTube. And then I started contacting people and started hearing the same thing. I'm like, okay, so all I need to do is literally copy the right guy that's doing the right things. And theoretically speaking, it should work for me. So I'm like, okay, people at the top, what are they doing? Well, they got dialers. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna hire a dialer. I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, this, that. No. I'm gonna hire a dialer. They got admins. Okay, I'm gonna hire an admin. Like I'm sitting here trying to reinvent the wheel that, you know what I mean, of how to get to 100K, you
Yeah.
know, if I'm not even there yet.
Yep.
Once you get there, you want to make some tweaks. Cool.
Amen. Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, I'm like, okay, so I immediately going from right in the beginning of December, I started making switches. You know, I'm like, okay, I got to contact somebody. I need a dialer. So I got a dialer and I got two admins to literally alleviate time. And this is where people make mistake, John. So
Yeah.
people get to 40 to 50,000 and they're like, dang, like how are these people doing, you know, 70, 80, 90, 100? And what ends up happening is that they end up hiring the admin, they end up hiring the dialer, and they got all the right pieces in place. But what ends up happening is that because now they have more time back, they use that as an excuse to basically be lazy.
Yeah.
Right? Be lazy or be like, oh, I don't have to clock in at 9. I can do 11 to 6 and get the same performance, right? Opposed to being like, okay,
but now you got all the expenses too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Opposed to you being like, okay, hold on, I just got 4 to 5 hours back. How can I reinvest my time in those 4 to 5 hours? And that's when I saw the increase, right?
In selling. So more time selling.
Exactly. So once I hired those two pieces in my business, right by the end of December, January, I did 115K. The next month, another 100K.
All vet leads?
Yeah.
I had someone hit me up the other day and tell me there ain't no money in final expense, bro.
Well, for those that think that, let me tell you something. The first 4 months, I was able to hit Hall of Fame doing final expenses. And for those of you who don't know what Hall of Fame is, it's 400K plus.
Yeah. And so you had it by April.
Yep. End of April.
You hit it twice last year by yourself.
Yeah.
Love it.
And that's, you know, that's what made the switch for me. And in regards to, you know, what you put into the actual, you know, business.
I love it. What's that? So let's get to the current. What's activity look like doing 100K? I know you got a dialer, fine. Admin, you should. So how many do you have? Like lead flow, appointments, presentations? Like what's your goal every week?
Yeah.
Structure, day of the week. Like what do you?
I'll show you.
Yeah,
I got you. All right. So for me, right now I got $2, and my goal is to I figured out this is my math, right? So I figured out that I want to have at least 30 appointments a day, 25, 30 appointments a day.
Okay, hold on. Say it louder for the people in the back, bro.
Yeah, I want to have no less than 25 to 30 appointments a day. Yes. Because
I book them every 20 minutes.
So I double book. So every half hour, I double book.
Every half hour has 2.
Yeah. And just, you know, I like to, I speak with facts. I don't just yap here. So this is today. I have you on there, obviously, for the meeting.
Hell yeah.
But that's today. And I mean,
that's
I can go
one
back.
day. Every one of those.
That's Monday. Man. That's yesterday.
That's already booked appointments for you to call.
Yeah, that was yesterday. And then this is today. And this tomorrow. No, tomorrow's empty. Yep. I got my dollars getting busy. But either way, if you notice, I'm stacked, right? If you keep going, you know, I don't get no less than 25 to 30 appointments a day. You know what I mean? It's just, but you have to put a plan in place that works for you. I already knew that, you know, my no-show is ridiculously low. If you already know that your no-shows, just to put simple math, is definitely lower, but 50%, if you know this, on average, for the past freaking 6 months, half ain't gonna be there. You just know. It don't matter who the hell you're calling. Half ain't gonna be there. So schedule more appointments.
Why not book 2?
Exactly.
Dude, I did it in the field, bro. You know?
Exactly.
Now, to all the critics, how do you answer all the people that when you do this, you're like, but what about the client if I'm late or they're not there? Every time I talk about this, I assume you hear it too.
Oh,
so what's the mindset?
So this is it's funny because I tell this to everybody. I'm never on time. I'm always late. Always. I'm never on time. I'm on average, I'm like an hour late. If I'm
For
keeping it
every
real,
appointment.
45 minutes, 1 hour late. Oh yeah.
So you just call whoever's on your list, dude. You don't care what time, nothing.
Mm-mm. Yep. And when I call them though, John, I hit them with like such a good like message so that they're not like pissed off at me. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I'm like, hey John, this is Madison, you're a veteran consultant. I'm just giving you a call. Looks like you scheduled a call with me earlier today regarding the veteran life insurance. And they'll be like, yeah, you're late. I'm like, yeah, John, my bad, man. I was helping out this lovely veteran couple in their 80s, and it just took a lot longer than expected, man. My
Mhm.
apologies. I do appreciate your patience with me.
Yeah.
If you're a decent human being, you're gonna be like, oh, okay,
Yep.
no problem. And then
100%.
I follow up because I already know they're okay with it. John, is right now still a good time for you, man? And then this is where you exalt your status. They're like, no, right now it's not a good time. I gotta go do whatever. I'm
Yep.
like, oh, thank God, John, because honestly, I'm backed up heavily right now. This actually helps me out. I appreciate you. What's a good time I can give you a call back to see if I'd be available? That increases show rate,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it does.
you
Versus
know?
the guy who just begs him to stay on the phone or pretends. Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Exactly.
It's good, dude.
Exactly.
I
So,
love it.
my schedule, that's what I shoot for, 25, 30 appointments. And by the way, when an appointment don't call, I'm call to closing. I'm even though if
Oh,
I'm
so if
able
you
to
have
call,
downtime, you're still making phone calls yourself to book
I'm able to
live
call to
ones.
close even if I have 30 appointments. You know what I mean? Like, like if two people don't pick up, right? If I call them at 9 o'clock, right? It's my first appointment. If they don't pick
Yeah.
up, I call to
Yeah.
close for half an hour. And guess what? If it's 9:30, I'll still call to close until like 9:45. So I don't like calling people on time. Just don't
Yeah.
like it. So I'll be literally call to
It
closing
messes
the
up
whole
your
time.
flow.
Yeah, yeah. It does. I like to say I'm late. So I'll call to close, but guess what? If someone picks up, that's my client right there. I can care less about the appointment. I don't
Agreed.
care. In my
Yeah.
head, he ain't gonna show.
Yep.
You
You just
know?
call him later, call him another day. It is what it is. Yeah.
Yep. I'll call him. There's been times where I literally would not get to like 6, 8, 10 appointments because I'll get hit with 10 presentations. You go through 10 presentations, forget it.
Oh, your whole day's
Like
gone. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Like so it happens. I'm like, my dialer will be like, hey, now think about the perspective on the client. Right? Hey, our apologies. Madison could not get to you yesterday because A, B, and C.
Yep.
Like, oh, this guy's busy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This guy's important. I got to talk to this
Yeah.
guy. He knows clearly he's doing something right.
Yeah. That's
You know?
badass, dude.
So in regards to like, obviously you got the activity, but you also got to track, kind of like what you're doing. So like, if y'all don't have, by the way, I'm not an affiliate, and I wish I was. But if y'all don't have like a tablet or something where it basically keeps all your stuff digitally,
Oh, that's
you
your
need.
trackers?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
I
pop.
can't really see it. I see the boxes kinda.
I got you. I'm gonna pop one of these up right now.
Hell yeah.
So let's say if. Let's see here. Jesus, the thing is freaking slow.
It's overheating from all the appointments in there, bro.
Yeah. So just in general, just having a digital tablet, man, this tablet, the ROI that you'll receive in this tablet is massive. Because John, let me tell you, there's clients from last year that I'll put on my Google sheet, like check tablet, because I spoke to them. All I need is freaking routing an account. And when they call or they somehow book from my dialer, because my dialer called them, I'm like, hey John, we spoke last year. I'm popping up your files here. It looks like you were looking at A, B, and C. I mean, did you ever decide with your wife what happened? Oh, I thought I had it set up. I'm like, set up? I was like, man, you were deciding with your wife. You said your wife was the boss, and we never heard back. Oh man, no, I definitely wanna get the coverage. I'm like, okay. Or it can be anything, right? You have
Sure.
any scenario can happen, right? Oh, I forgot about it, or oh, whatever. Oh, at the time I wasn't ready, but now I am. it can be anything. But now all you got to do is search the client.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, John, I just want to make sure I got all the right information. And this is where you build credibility. Hey, John, got your social ass, whatever. Now you're like, okay, hold on. This dude got my social. How the hell this guy got my social? Then it starts to click. It's like, hey, do you want to do 10,000 to 15,000? I do 15,000. Okay. You said you wanted to use the Navy Federal? Yeah, okay. Go ahead, pull up
So
the
you're
routing
closing
account.
deals for people that told you no, didn't answer you, didn't call you back all the time because you're just still calling them.
Yeah, my dials are gripping.
You mean to tell me they didn't sit down as a family and think about it and call you back? It's crazy, right?
Exactly.
And they still didn't get insurance anywhere else. It's wild, dude. If people understood the game, like you get the game, and it's like, is this serious stuff we do? Yeah, but like, there's a business game to play.
And the way I see it, man, if I couldn't close you, man, and someone else closed you, that guy's a beast.
Amen. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't hating. But just a little bit of like a tracker here. So the boxes just represent presentations.
Got it.
So my goal is to fill that damn board every day. We fall short.
Got it. So you just check it off every time you have a presentation.
Yeah. So an
Makes
X
sense.
would be, obviously I didn't close the client. 2 check marks would be a his and hers.
Got it. So that's a 1 day thing right there.
Yes.
Yep.
And
what
then
are all the X's right below it? Your dials?
So the X's below are all the appointments. So I got a no-show and a show column.
I see.
So I get to figure out what my actual show rate was and what my close rate was every single day.
That's good. That's good.
And if I see that I got freaking 30 no-shows or whatever and 2 shows, and then I have no dials at all in between, then I literally just screwed up the whole day because of my own activity.
Yeah.
You gotta be honest with yourself.
I love it. I love it. That's still working, dude. It's so cool to see like the amount of people that have come up to me over the years that got like no money to their name, they're broke as shit, and they have this dream. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Yeah, man. Every once in a while, dude, someone like you pops up and you're like, yo, a while back, I was here struggling, and I'm like, I remember you here, but I don't remember the details of the conversations because I have them so frequently. You know what I mean? But I love seeing the other side of it every once in a while when it's like, yo, this little thing here helped. That's why I do what I do, bro. You know what I mean? Because every once in a while, someone, they go, oh, got it. And they actually execute. That's all you did was go execute, dude. It's not like anyone and hell, to be honest, the stuff I told you, I didn't create either. I stole that shit from someone else. You know what I mean? It's like, did I put my own spin on it and trick myself and use words that help? Yeah, sure. I got it. But at the end of the day, man, none of this is rocket science.
But it also comes with status too, John, because like it's as simple as you saying it's completely different. It's like, like you saying the same message and me saying the same message is completely different. You know what I mean?
Especially at that stage.
Exactly. It's like
100%.
a fat dude telling you, hey man, you shouldn't eat donuts. Or a dude with 6-pack telling you, yo, John, cut the donuts.
Do this, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's completely different,
Yeah, it's true.
But in regards to activity too, man, I wanted to add something. Like I got dogs, around me. I got, Mel, Freddie, Tom Austin. So I have such a good group around me, Hall of Fame group. And I think that this statement is I wouldn't say overseen, but maybe underplayed, maybe, especially in our industry. Like you become the average of who you are around.
Agreed.
Without a doubt. Like
you're around killers. You are around killers. You're one. Y'all's little group's my favorite group. They're just you're such cool people. We always hang out, laugh, have a good time. I mean, every time I see you guys as a crew, you're always together. A lot. You know what I mean? Running packs and taking over the world, dude. It's fun to see. It's fun to see.
And the dopest part about it, John, is that we genuinely want to help each other. Yeah. We genuinely want to help others. And we are all in different agencies.
I was going to ask, I don't know who's director who in that group. Y'all are all so cool. I'm just like, oh, they're just, it's crazy.
Yep. Like it's me and Freddie, same agency. And then like Mel has it's under
Richard.
Dave Richard.
Yep.
And then Austin is under like Southwestern or something like that.
Yeah,
so and So it's like we all have different agencies, but if you go into our Zoom, it's like we're all the
None
same
of y'all are getting
agency.
paid from each other though.
Mm-mm.
Just people
Well,
helping each
Freddie
other.
is for me. Freddie is for me.
Freddie does. Got it. Freddie makes
Yeah,
a few
yeah, yeah,
bucks. Yeah.
yeah.
But he's a beast too.
He is.
He would live just fine without you.
Yep, for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So
Who's
it's
gonna sell more this year? Who's winning?
who's winning?
Yeah, who's gonna win?
It
I know
depends.
y'all battle.
You want my humble answer?
Yes. Yes.
My humble or my real answer?
I want both.
Humble answer. We're all gonna tie.
No, you're not. Bullshit. Who's winning?
I'm winning.
Are you winning year to date so far?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
We
Who's
get
closest to you
closest right now is actually
of your crew?
of my crew. I say Austin.
Okay.
It's the closest
Cool.
to me.
Cool. I don't
Yes,
know if I
sir.
know. Do I know Austin? I'm trying to think if I know him.
No, he's never been over here. But
Really?
when we started, it was me, especially the telesales part, it was me, Austin, and Freddie, and then Mel joined
Got
a
it.
little later.
Yeah.
But from
I
a
think I
level of
got.
connection, it's more like me, Mel, Freddie.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I got him soon, somewhere on my calendar too. You should. I have Austin. Tell Austin to connect with me. I'll get him on too. Yeah, I got Freddie
Okay.
next Wednesday.
Yeah, he told me.
And somewhere I think Mel's on some, or maybe I already had him. Oh, I already had him. But yeah, connect. I mean, anybody that you think would be fun. I like promoting people, helping people win, and doing stuff like this, and I like sharing it, dude. So,
Oh, I got
more
two
than happy.
people, man. I got
Oh yeah,
for sure. I got you.
yeah. Just tell them to hit me up.
I got you.
What is just for Mike? I'm curious. So, what does it take to operate this machine? What do you invest? Obviously, knocking down 100 grand a month, whatever. What's it cost you? Dialers, leads, all that jazz. And I want to clarify something too, dude. A lot of people try to, like, I love the path, right? Because you can actually teach your dialer how to do this thing because you did this thing. So many people want to get the dialer and not make the dials ever. They want to skip the learning phase. And they just want some person in the Philippines or their sister to make phone calls because they're afraid. I'm telling you, that ain't the path.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, this dude did it right. But yeah, I would love to know what that looks like, dude. What are you investing into all this to make it work? What up, insurance agents? If you're looking for a roadmap on how to win in this industry, check out the book I wrote about a year ago, Do More Now, Get Better Later. Check out the reviews here somewhere. My team's putting them on. I'm getting tons of great feedback about all the people it's helped. Appreciate those of y'all that have bought it. Appreciate all the reviews that are going out. If you're new to following me or the industry, check out the book and get it in your hands now.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback on what you're saying, you're right. People want the easy way out. I've owned the restaurant for 13 years now, and the restaurant business is a freaking hard business. And
Hey, what's the net on a restaurant? Your restaurant, the net number, percent.
like on a good
percent. Yep, net percent that you keep.
3 to 5%.
So 100 grand, you make 100 grand in the restaurant, you're netting 5 grand.
After everything, like that includes obviously my salary.
Yeah,
like
that's net.
I'm
still. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you ain't paying yourself $1 million on the salary.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Does it make sense? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I was in that space for a while, even in the franchise space. And dude, if they hit 10%, they were doing cartwheels, bro.
Mm-hmm. It sucks.
Yeah. So we'll lead into, because some people are like, the spend. I'm like, yo, this business ain't like any other business. The net on this is stupid.
Yeah. So I already knew very early on that, you have to invest to get a return on something. Whether, if you don't have money, then you have time. You have to invest something. So for the restaurant, simple math. Well, if I buy a box of chicken, I can only sell a box of chicken.
Yep.
If I want to sell more chicken, then I need more boxes of chicken. It's my inventory. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So same thing goes for leads. I'm not gonna go and do 100,000. Getting 5 leads a day. It's just not gonna happen. It doesn't work out. So
I mean, 25 appointments a day, dude. They got to be working 100 plus leads a day. I'm guessing somewhere in that range.
So when it comes to the appointments, I invest $400 every single day.
Okay.
when just to leads. So
Into lead flow. Okay, dope.
yes, which will
Yeah.
probably average around like 30 leads a day.
Okay.
Now,
Cool.
all
And you're
that,
calling inventory too.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I have a stack of leads, like
Yeah.
over 10,000
Yeah. They ain't
where
booking 25 on 30 for y'all watching. That ain't
no,
they ain't that good.
absolutely not. I'd be doing 3-4 million a year.
Yeah.
So
So 400 bucks a day on ad spend.
yes, 400
Okay.
bucks a day
7
on
days
ad
a week.
spend. Yes.
So you're spending $3,000 a week on
Yeah.
leads, roughly 2,500, $3,000, whatever it is.
And get
Dope.
yourself in a position where you're not like to some people for some reason they'll have an ad Monday to Friday, stop it on the weekend,
Yep.
and then they'll do Monday to Friday. Don't do that.
Yep.
Like do
Yep.
the damn math and then you split it
Just let
correctly
it run.
because your ads is gonna keep getting better and better over
Yep.
time. So yeah, 400 a day, and I do 300 is for the bets, and then I'll mix in some IULs and stuff like that with the $100.
Yep.
And then from there, I have $2. So give or take, I'd say with the dollars, probably like around 750. Yeah, around like 750 a week with the both
Each or
dollars
total? Each total. Cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
So
then
now we're call it $4,000 a week. I'm gonna round
Mhm.
up.
and then I have 2 admins, so put another $500.
Each one.
Yes, no, 250 each.
Okay.
So about 500. So I'm on
Okay.
little over 4 grand,
Yeah.
4,500.
$4,000.
And then I have a software. So, talk about software and stuff like that. So, I mean, give or take, I'm usually
Spend $5,000 a
somewhere
week.
around 5 grand a week. Yeah.
So you're spending 20 to make 100 plus. So you're
And
80% net.
So even if you don't think about it, right, John? Because people want to look at that extreme, like 100K is no
Honestly, even if you
freaking
did
easy task,
40.
right? But if you did, you'll definitely do more than 40 for
I
sure.
agree.
Investing
But I'm
that kind of
saying.
money, like you're
Yeah.
at least gonna be averaging at least 60. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you do 60, you invest, 20, that's 40. Okay, let's say 10 grand falls off.
Yeah.
That's still, ridiculous income every year.
Yeah. Because to be clear, you get a shit ton. I mean, I know you're good and you keep things on the books, but relative to the average Joe, you get a shit ton of cancels.
Oh yeah, because you're pushing out a lot. You're pushing out a lot of policies, but it's crazy percentage wise.
What sticks?
It ain't.
What sticks?
If I'm gonna throw a real number out there, man, like, and obviously, yeah, if I would throw a real number on there, I don't see my book of business canceling 10 to 15%. Honestly, I think I'm pushing it. Yeah. Like I'm 15 is me being like, pushing it because 10 is really good. Yeah. But I just
you ain't getting the 30, 40, 50% falling off like some of these new agents.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely not. John, I don't see myself doing 100. I don't see myself doing 100 policies and 10 falling off.
Money, dude.
It's not happening, because I'll literally look at you and I'll be like, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, let's get you pre-qualified. Oh, I gotta think about it because I don't know if I want to do this. I'm like, well, John, I'm just a little confused because what I'm not gonna do is waste my time or waste yours because the whole point of the pre-qualification is to get you the coverage. Is this something you even want? I'm not that guy that's gonna be like, well, when you get the paperwork in the mail, you can think about it. You got 30 days, blah blah.
You ain't
blah.
doing that bullshit close. I hate that close, dude. I hate that close.
I never liked it, never did it. So worked out for me.
We don't have to make any decisions today. You got
Yeah, all set with that.
I ain't a fan of that one, dude. A lot of people do it. I don't. That's why more falls off. I know a lot of people are doing that. It's like a wussy close. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, close the business.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I love it, dude. What you got time?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
This is so good, dude. I want you to share whatever you want on sales stuff. Anything you want. Whatever time you got, I'm gonna steal from you. I have a 2:30, so I got 20 minutes, but I don't need that much time. So whatever you can, I want to give them some actual phone sales stuff. Like, we can. Here's what I say. Here's when I say. Whatever you want. Just you do this enough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So I mean, I think a lot of the biggest part about telesales, and people get hung up on and all the time, and they say telesales is hard, and all this the same generic stuff that everybody says. I think that the telesales, first off, is amazing. I love it. I never did the field, so I had nothing to compare it with. So I just knew I just had to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it is so important the first like 10 seconds of the call.
Okay.
Like I honestly don't I rarely get hung up on. Like you'll hear me on Zoom, and like I rarely get hung up on. They may not be interested. You know what I mean? Like they'll tell me,
Sure.
but it's not like it is Madison. Click. Like that's
Yeah.
it's not it's usually something that happens. And it's important that you promote confidence right off the jump. And something that we all do. And when I call a client or whatever, if I'm called a closing or whatever, my tonality needs to match like a a level of confidence that the client would feel it on the other side. It's not some weird bozo or some telemarketer or whatever trying to call this dude. So, for example, before when I wasn't too good, I'd be like, "Hey, this is Madison, giving you a quick call for the final expense and burial programs. See you have your date of birth here. It's 5/5/54."
Yep. Yep.
Like,
Yep.
now I just literally just be like, "Hey, John.
Yeah.
Hey, John. This is Madison. You're a veteran consultant. I was giving you a quick call, man. It looks like you submitted a form to us regarding the veteran life insurance. Is that what it was, or something different?"
I think that's what's the most common response.
Yeah, sometimes we're like, "Oh no, I'm not." If they say I'm not interested, or they'd be like, "Oh no, it was something different." "Oh, okay, it was something different. Gotcha." Like your disability rating? No, no, no. I'm looking for burial. I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we definitely can help you out with that." Opposed to, because for some reason people think that veteran life insurance, burial, mortgage
Yeah.
protection, IU, all that stuff is different. It's all freaking life insurance.
Yep.
But since you give them, kind of like a little way out, you're asking them, are you looking for the life insurance programs or something else? Now you seem like you're, calling from a place where you can help them out, not just for life insurance, but multiple avenues.
Yeah. It seems super counterintuitive at face value for most people.
Mm-hmm. And something I like to throw on, because I'm always down in before appointments. So as soon as I hit you with this, then they know I'm busy. And it also preps you for a nice quick rebuttal. So like, for example, when I say, "Hey, John," and they'll be like, "Yeah, this is John. Hey, John, I was just giving you a quick call here before my next appointment. It looks like you submitted a form to us, right?" But then when they're like, "Oh, I don't have time." No, I get that, John. I just had a few minutes before my next appointment. I just wanted to see how your schedule looked like for the next couple of days, because I'm actually fully booked for the day.
You pivot right there. You don't even push at all. I love it. I love
And
it.
and something to really like be aware of is figure out where the hell they are. Like if you hear freaking beeping in the background, like clearly you're not gonna have a solid conversation with this dude at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Figure out if they're in a car. You can tell if you're on the speaker of a car,
Yeah.
right? And be that guy.
Like, pay attention.
Yes, exactly. Be the guy that literally tells him, "Hey, I don't have time today because I know that you're out and about. Let me schedule a time for tomorrow."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's funny. A dude sent me a recording last night, dude. Literally last night. It's a new agent I'm trying to help. Nice kid. I like him. Trying to spend a little time with him. And the lady, he's like, "How would you have kept this girl on the phone? I tried to keep her on the phone." And dude, as soon as she picked up, you could hear kids in the background, sound like they were cooking dinner, all kinds of stuff going on. And he kept going like, she's like, "Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm just really busy right now." And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm busy too, but this only takes a minute. So anyway, who's your beneficiary going to be?" Or whatever he said. You know what I mean? And I'm like, like, can you not? And then she'd answer another question or two. and then she's talking to someone else halfway and kind of paying attention, and he's just trying to go through a script. And so many people go like, just keep doing, just stay on the script. I'm like, I think your script should be adjustable.
Yep. It has to be real, man. You're talking to a human being. You know what I mean? You gotta be, you have to be real with the situation. It is what it is. They're out and about.
You're putting odds on your side so high too.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're already telling them, hey, I'm tied up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's sick, dude. I love it.
So, and like when it comes to like, because agents make mistakes. So like, oh yeah, call me back. And they're like, okay, well, what time you want me to call you back? And they're like, call me back at like 4 o'clock. Okay, yeah, I can put you down at 4. No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
whenever you
no.
want, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. You sound available, man. And it's like, instead, be like, call you back. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me take a quick look at my calendar to see what I'm available. How's your availability looking like? Oh, can you call me back at 4? Let me just take a quick look here. You mean 4, like 4 tomorrow? No, 4 today. Oh no, man. I looks like I'm fully booked, man, all the way till 8. I mean, would it be okay if I maybe gave you a call before I leave the office if I have some time? Worst case though, I can definitely push you tomorrow between 5 and 6 if I can't get to you tonight.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Now I'm telling him
bro.
I may or may not call you.
Yeah.
If not, worst case, I'll just call you tomorrow.
Yeah. That ain't the sound of a sales guy who needs money. I promise you that.
Exactly. And they sense that, man. That's commission breath, man. They sense it,
That's money.
And then when you're, going through your thing, like, when you're going through your script, I don't have like an actual script. Like I have bullet points. Like for me, I spend the most amount of time on the why part. Like, why the hell are you looking for life insurance? If I can't get a solid why, I don't go nowhere. Because I know that once I get a why, it's literally it's like steamrolled. Like I'll close you in 20 minutes. Like yesterday, I closed 3 policies in 1 hour, 20 minutes each. Because I found out why they're looking for life insurance, right? And then I move on. Because the other stuff is whatever. That's because I know my strengths and my weaknesses. I love to talk. I don't want to just yap and talk to you in the beginning. I'd rather figure out why the hell that you're looking for life insurance, and then we can yap a little bit, through the application process.
Yeah.
What
do you consider a good why? I want you to define that a little bit because people mess this up bad.
Yeah. So I'm actually training a new guy, and he's unmuted, and he's trying to figure out. He actually asked me, right? It's like about a week or 2 ago. He asked me, he's like, "Hey, how do I push the why?" Because when he said, he was assumptive. He said, "Oh, are you like most veterans, just looking to make sure that your final expenses and or your burial is covered?" Yes,
that's what most scripts say, and I hate it. Yeah, it's like okay.
Yeah, I was like, well. He's like, how do I spend time on the why? I'm like, well, ask more vague question where they don't just yes or no you. Be like, hey, John, every veteran has a purpose for this kind of thing. What will kind of be your purpose for this? And just shut up and let them talk, right? And they can't give you a solid answer. You keep pushing, right? So in other words, they're like, oh, I just want to cover my final expenses. Oh, okay. Are you like planning on being like buried? I haven't really thought about it. I'm like, oh, I mean, no rush, but you got to figure out if you're gonna get buried or not.
You know what I mean? To know for this conversation.
Yeah, you don't just sweep it under the rug. Like, like, do you think you'll be buried? Oh, my wife might want to. Okay, so you think burial is probably what she'll end up doing with you, right? Yeah. Okay. Are you planning on utilizing the veteran site for your burial? No, we got a private area. Okay. Have you looked into about how much that's gonna run you? I just give or take. By the way, this is where it gets really good because some of them are like, oh, probably like 6,000. I'm like, 6,000 for what? A cremation? Dude, have you not seen the prices? You know what I mean? You're like, it's more like 12, 15,000 on average, and that's
Yeah,
just your
easy.
wife being frugal. You
Easy.
let alone
Yeah.
if she wants to be fancy with you, because you clearly don't have a choice when you're dead. If she wants to get crazy with you, get a white horse and a gold casket, that's on her,
Yeah.
right? So, and then the other side of it is like, well, I just buried my mom 4 months ago, and it cost me 20,000. I'm like, dang, that's an expensive funeral. Yeah, it's a big family, food. Now he's thinking,
Yep.
right? Now I'm like, okay, now, John, we have to be real with the situation, right? Because it is what it is. You don't, by the way, I already figured out this question. You don't have any life insurance. So, God forbid you was to pass away today. Do you like have money put aside to kind of cover the burial? Or, nah, I don't. Gotcha. So, how would your wife kind of handle things? I mean, God forbid you're not able to get any life insurance today. Oh, it'd be difficult. When you say difficult, and this is when people get uncomfortable, right? When you
100%.
say difficult, you mean like, because your difficult, my difficult is completely different. Like, would she have to sell stuff? Would she have to do the GoFundMe? Yeah, honestly, man, I really don't know. But I can tell they're getting a little. You can tell like they're getting
Mm-hmm.
emotional about it.
Yep. Yep.
Like, got it, John. And you just want to make sure that Margaret doesn't have to go through that, right? Boom. I'm out.
That's a
You know
wrap.
what I mean?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
it.
Yep.
And then on
Layers.
the up.
So the biggest thing I think you said that I heard that maybe they heard it, but it's important. You get them thinking. Dude, you're getting them in that mindset of like that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like vaguely like, yeah, we need it. You're actually getting them to picture that time, that moment, and envision what it's going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different
And
game, dude.
and to add to that, John, and on the flip side, they can have life insurance,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, John. So you have a $15,000 policy right now. So God forbid you was to pass away, the burial will be covered. I mean, I'm just a little confused here, John. Why, why even look for more life insurance if you already have your burial covered? Why? Oh, I just want a little more. Okay. For what? I mean, your burial's covered. It's just something specific that you're trying to cover. Figure it out, right? Why? And they're
Yeah.
like, well, I just want to leave, more money for my wife. Boom. Now you know that he can't hit you. Well, I already got a burial policy.
Yeah.
Now you know
Yep.
he's not looking for a burial policy. He wants more money,
Yep.
right? And you can even go even deeper. You can literally be like, okay, so you understand that obviously, things get more expensive, and you just want to make sure that your wife has enough money when that time does come for you, huh? That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that's what it is. I just buried my mom 4 months ago, and it cost me 20,000, and I just want to make sure my wife, has enough. Now you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you pitch your numbers, you're like, hey, I know that 20,000 is typically where most veterans like to be in. And this is where you control your chargebacks. When you build your packages, this guy wants a little coverage. You don't go and show him 50K, 100K, 150K.
Yeah.
He's not what he's looking for. You know what I mean? That's what people make a mistake.
Yeah.
Because if the guy just wants a little more to make sure his wife is taken care of, just show him a little more. You know what I mean? You can show them 3 packages. For example, I'll do 5,000, I'll do 10,000, 15,000.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll tell them straight up right there and then, hey, I know that you want to make sure that she has enough money, but if possible and it's affordable to you, would you like for me to look a little bit higher than just the 5 to 15,000? Yeah, Madison. I mean, if it's affordable, I'll be more than I definitely would love to leave more for my wife if I'm able to. Yeah, John, because at the end of the day, man, like we want this thing to be a blessing to you and not a curse, right? That's it. You just double down on it.
Yeah. I love it, dude. Love it. It's
Yes,
good
sir.
shit.
The
Hey, if they
why,
didn't pick
bro.
up some value from that, You know what I mean? Imagine if we spent all day doing this. I love it. I
The
love it.
why, man, the why is the most important part, and you can steamroll through everything else, man.
Yeah. The tonality, the line of question, and just shit curious. It is something you should know. Like they got 15. Like, why the hell why are you looking for more? There's
Right.
something there. You just got to uncover it and get the truth. You know?
Exactly. And people are uncomfortable
Yeah.
uncovering.
Yeah, hell yeah, they are. The agent's more uncomfortable than the client talking about. The client will talk about it if you push him. You know?
Yep, yep.
Let's
And
go, dude.
I want to keep adding value, so we get to the hiccups of the sale,
Okay.
which is the social
Sure.
and
And the banking.
the
Yeah.
banking.
Amen.
And I'm gonna both. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The level of confidence that you start with dictates what happens with the
Yeah.
social and banking.
Sure.
Now, don't get me wrong, I still get banking objections, and social here and there, it happens. But
Yep.
you eliminate a lot of it because the level of confidence that you bring up right off the jump. And crazy thing is, I have like an automation system, like a CRM that sends out like my credentials, but like, most people don't even freaking look at that anyway.
Correct. Yeah.
I haven't had a client since last year, like January. Tell them, hey, I'm sending you my state credentials so that you have it there on your end. Make sure that you verify me. None of that.
I love that you don't do that.
I don't.
I don't understand. It's like you're bringing on the fears and I just find it weird, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, we went into people's houses and didn't show them nothing. You mean like they let me in their house? You don't think we had to build trust? I'm in their
Exactly.
living room, in their kitchen. You know what I mean? And I didn't show them ID ever. Never.
Yep.
Every once in a blue moon, someone would say something. I'd literally pull out my wallet and be like, here, take what you want.
Here you go.
But it was, never. But I didn't carry a license, like my license, but I didn't, and I like it. I like that you don't do it. I mean, again, obviously if someone asks for it, you'll send it, but
Yeah.
it don't come up like y'all think it comes up.
So like because of that, because think about it, you don't go and this is my perspective. I'm the expert. I know I ain't doing no shady business, and ain't nobody gonna take me out of that perspective. So when you call Geico, you don't tell them to freaking send you your credentials or State Farm, right?
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like don't make it weird. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like I don't send it.
It's like being on a first date and being like, so I'm not a stalker and I don't like, why are you bringing that up right there? That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
that'd make me more nervous.
So like, when it comes to like, and people do this differently. I've done both ways. So, and it's dictated when it comes to like asking for the social. I've done two different ways depending on how the conversation with the client is going. So when it comes to the social, I'm basically just doing like a pre-qualification through America. So I'll gather all the basic stuff, legal name, blah, blah, blah. So the way I go into the state portal is important. So I go say, hey, John. And by the way, sometimes I do this before packages, especially if I'm talking about IUL, because everybody's healthy until they're not. So, I always do prescription, a pre-check every single time before I present numbers.
Yep.
So I said, hey, John,
Makes sense.
what I'm going to do here, I'm going to open up the state portal. And basically what we're going to do is called the state pre-check. Thank God, John, they don't do blood work. They don't do physical. They don't do pee in a cup. Nothing crazy like that. I'm just going to gather some information from you. And in the next 2 minutes, they're going to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs up, that's a blessing. We're going to go ahead and break down a couple packages, and then you're going to pick something that's comfortable for you. Thumbs down, well, we're in a little pickle. We're going to have to look at a plan B and see what we can put you at. All right, man? All right. But no worries, John. I mean, based on what you're telling me, you don't seem like the type that just lie to me. But, based on what you're telling me, I don't see why they wouldn't give you a thumbs up. Does that make sense? Cool. I got your legal name here, and then I just proceed. And then once I get to the social, hey, for the prescription check, what will be your social? Just don't make it weird.
Yeah.
If you make it weird and you start freaking
Explaining why you need it and all
why
this
you
shit.
need it and all this crazy stuff, then then that's when you get in a pickle, right?
Yeah.
Don't make it weird. What's your social?
They know why you need it. People ain't
Exactly.
stupid. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fun.
And sometimes you get your objections. And then, like, for example, make it fun. You're not there to steal their information, man. Like, what I see people do, John, is that they'll respond to the client like if they're trying to steal their information.
Yeah.
Like right now, you'll hit me with an objection about social. I don't want to give you that. I'll pause. I'll just stay shut for like 5 seconds and make it weird, right? I'll just be silent. I'm like, okay. Well, do you know why they need your social, John? And then they'll be like, no, I've never done this with, I can just sign up for I got a letter from Mutual Omaha. I can just sign up for blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, well, you could. That'll actually save me time because they'll put you on a 2-year wait period. But we talked earlier, in our conversation that you want to make sure that your wife is taken care of. God forbid you pass away tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they don't do blood work, like I said, John. They don't do physical. They don't do pee in a cup. They just do that prescription check, and that's linked to your social. When you go to the doctor, and you got that nice nurse lady just punching all that information in the computer, and you just trying to figure out why the hell she's typing so much. Well, all that information is attached to the MIB report, which is attached to your social. But they just want to make sure, John, that you're not going to die tomorrow, or you're not, on radiation or dialysis, some crazy stuff. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. And also, when you do pass away, your wife is going to have to collect a death certificate. And on a death certificate, it's going to have your reason of death and, your social security number. And that information has to be sent to whatever carrier you sign up for, John, because that social is the only way they're going to figure out that you are deceased. So whether you do it through me or not, you're going to give it to somebody. Does that make sense? That's it. Don't want to give it. That's cool with me. I'm on to the next one.
Move on.
You know what I mean? But that's just the way I go about it. I need it. Don't make it weird.
I love it, dude. This is so good, bro. We gotta do more shit together, homie. You're
Yes,
so
sir.
close. This is fun.
I know.
I like when people win. Let's chat some more for sure. Certainly I got some events going on coming up and would love to have you here. And
yes, sir.
Let's figure out, man. If I say again.
You let me know, man.
Yeah. And if I can do anything to help you, bro, just hit me up. Don't be shy.
And I'm gonna leave you one little nugget, one last nugget. All right. Banking.
Yep.
Again, don't make it weird. The way I love to ask for it. John, I'm here. I'm at the moment I'm putting in your son Maddox. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Your son Maddox information in as your main beneficiary. As I'm filling that information, just because I do type with one finger and I type very slow. If you can do me a favor, man, and go ahead and grab like a statement or check where you'll see the routing and account that you want to use for this. Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, John, just bear with me, all right? As soon as I finish up, I'll get there and then we'll put that information in there, okay? That's it. Smooth.
Easy.
Yes, sir.
It's good shit, dude. This is money. It's good stuff. Putting in the work and being intentional with it all. Learn the game. I hope more of y'all stuck in through story time because this shit got good. We're gonna push it out, dude. Would love to do some more with you. I know you got a ton going on, so I appreciate your time and spending extra time here to help people out. If people want to follow you, you're online. You're not hard to find. If you want to share your stuff, I think my team already got it. We'll put it in the links and stuff like that. But keep killing it, bro. And legit, let me know if I can help in any way. I want to see you build something big, bro.
That's why we gotta
start building.
I know that's something that I definitely want to pick your brain at for another time, without a doubt.
Yeah, let me know what's up.
By the way, we're on time. We're like double book, but be late to 4 appointments on time.
Which means we're on time, bro. My man, look at that. He skipped 4 appointments for y'all. My dude, sir. I appreciate you sharing, bro. You're a G.
Absolutely.
Keep killing it. Let me know if I can help in any way, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Much love. Thank you for having me.
My man. We'll see y'all
Take
next
care.
time. If I can help with anything, let me know. Share it out. Subscribe, all that jazz. Hit me up if I can help. Later, guys.
Peace out.